Welcome to this ICF Slalom podcast episode, part of the series running until the Paris 2024 Games. We bring you the inside stories from around the globe from the people who make canoe slalom so special. Here's your host, John Gregory.
Thanks for joining me for this special series of daily ICF Slalom podcast episodes from the Lee Valley World Championships. One short episode each day will recap on the day's events and what to expect the next day. For this fourth episode, I'm joined by three of today's athletes: Ricarda Funk from Germany, Jakub Krejci from the Czech Republic, and Alja Kozorog from Slovenia, and three former athletes: Etienne Stott, Myriam Fox-Jerusalmi, and Mark Delaney. Fastest in the K1 heat was reigning and double world champion Ricarda Funk. Heat winner in the K1 men was Jakub Krejci. The tension rose considerably throughout the second heats. The top 30 boats in K1 women and 41 boats in K1 men had advanced to the semi-final on Saturday. There was a tie for the 10th place in the K1 men Heat 2, hence the extra boat for the semi-final. Not surprisingly, the calculation of nations progressing is becoming increasingly complicated. Suffice to say that, as I understand it, each nation making the final will secure a Paris quota spot for its national federation. Ross Solly and I interviewed the heat winners at the finish. We started with reigning world champion Ricarda Funk. Okay, Ricky, congratulations on a very nice run. Andy Maddox said that you made it look easy. Did it feel easy?
No, it didn't feel easy. I mean, I was a little bit worried about the S-gates. He didn't train them too much, and there's some tricky parts. And with this course, I think you shouldn't do any or too big mistakes. It's like, yeah.
Okay, but as an Olympic and world and European champion, it's nice to put down a strong start.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with my run, so I know I'm here, but yeah, we'll see. Compared to yesterday, this weather is beautiful, and actually it was really fun to race here again.
What's your memories of racing at Lee Valley like?
Oh, Lee Valley, my first race here was 2015 World Championships. I won my first ever World Champs medal here. It's just great to have another major event here.
And is it extra special being an Olympic qualifier as well? Does it give you that extra sense of purpose?
I mean, every race feels special for me. It doesn't matter actually what's behind it. For us, it's just to get some bonus points. It's not like the real Olympic selection, but I mean, first of all, we need to get the quota here, so this is the big goal for us.
And as the reigning world champion, are you feeling relaxed about being here and everybody wanting to knock you off?
I mean, no, I never feel relaxed. No matter if I'm a world champion or something else, I'm never relaxed, and of course I want to show my skills.
And we know how competitive the German team is. Does that also add a little bit of extra spice to the racing for you? Because you know Elena's good, and you've got.
I mean, it's really cool that the German team is can be on top of the podium. It's nice to have a strong team, and I think we are pushing each other. And I think this is one reason that makes us strong together.
Okay, well, you can relax, and good luck in the semi-final.
Thank you.
Next, we spoke to Jakub Krejci, who posted an early fastest time with a clear run before many of the highest-ranked athletes came down. Firstly, congratulations on the win in the team race.
Yeah.
I didn't get the opportunity to congratulate. You thought you'd left a little bit of time on the table in this heat?
Yeah, I thought that I left just a little bit time on the top part of the section of the course, but then it was going how I planned with my coach, and it's pretty good to make the qualification from the first run and be on the top position.
So Jakub, congratulations. Are you surprised to be number one qualifier?
Yeah, I was. I know that the run was good. There was a good section, but the top of the course, it's not going like I want. So I thought that someone will be this time, but not happened. So I'm super happy with this result.
You're obviously in a good place at the moment. You're very strong in the teams, and you've come out today and paddled well. You're in a good position mentally and physically.
Yeah, all the preparation we were focused for this race, and yeah, I'm happy with this run, but it's just a qualification. We don't know what happened in the semi and final, but I hope it's going like that.
This is for the Czech Olympic qualifications, though. It's important to get a good result in this.
Yeah, it's like every race which we do, because we have Olympic qualification during the season. So yeah, it's important because the other guys from the Czech, from my team, they already collect some points, and I had 0 points, so it will be good to make a good result here.
It's tough when you have to race against the Olympic champion and the world champion, though.
It's same like in the Czech national cups, because there is four world champions and so many European champions.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you race in the semi-final.
Yeah, we will see what happens.
Delighted to have Slovenian Alja Kozorog join me today. Alja, it's a pleasure to have an opportunity to chat to you. I mean, first of all, congratulations on making the cut into the semi-finals yesterday in your C1 women, but you had to go to Heat 2.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was really tough conditions yesterday, and my first run was good at the top, but I didn't find the pace in the bottom, so I was a bit slow, and the second run I managed to be mentally good, and I made a good run.
Okay, tell me about the stress of the weather conditions yesterday right at the sort of start line for you.
Yeah, it was really cold, and also it was like 4-hour break in between the first and the second run, so it was really long wait. And then also on the start line, it was for the second run, it was raining a lot and it was really windy, so I had to be prepared for the gates to be moving and everything. And so I think I managed that really good, and it helped me to qualify.
Okay, that's great. So I mean, you're not necessarily a household name yet in the sport. I mean, you represented Slovenia for the Olympics. This, I think, is your 5th World Championship. You made the final in Bratislava, if I remember correctly.
I seem to be racing good hard races. I had a lot of trouble performing well this past few years at the semi-final. Like, I've been doing good quali runs, but in the semi-final I just couldn't manage. But yeah, I'm really proud of everything I've done, especially for the Slovenian C1 women. I was one of the first ones, and I also was in Tokyo for the first C1 Women Olympic Games. And I think if I top that with some really good results in the next years, I will be really happy.
Yeah, it would be nice to see you in Paris next year.
Yeah, it will be a tough competition between the Slovenians and also for the quota, but I'm trying to be day by day and trying to qualify, and I hope I will be there too. This podcast is really nice, and I think that people should hear more about the paddlers and the people around it.
Okay, well, you can come back for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Alja, thank you so much. Being back at Lee Valley, of course, brings back memories of London 2012, so it was a pleasure to see Olympic champion Etienne Stott entertaining school kids at Lee Valley. So Etienne, always a delight to have you back on the podcast. Lovely to see you here at Lee Valley. Somewhere that's very poignant and important to you. We'll come to that, but it was lovely to see you teaching kids yesterday.
This is a special place for me, and what is very moving really is that the Olympic medal that myself and Tim won here back in the day, it's 11 years ago, is still really powerful and has a great impact on people. And you know, I was speaking with a load of little kids, and you know, I saw young people, they're like born in 2012 or 2013, and they don't really know what that was, but they're still super excited, and their teachers explain, and then we have a bit more talk, and you know, it's just and they're very happy, you know, they get connected to it, and they're talking about the people they've seen. Oh, we saw Mallory earlier on, or whatever, do you know what I mean? And they're super happy, and they're having a really good experience down here. So I feel that is just a very lovely thing to be able to do and be a part of. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it was lovely seeing you surrounded by kids yesterday. You look like a rock star.
Well, yeah, it's a quite a funny thing. It depends, you know, like one set of school children come down, travel 4 hours to be here on what was a pretty tough day for a spectator, And I just sort of, well, I'm not sure how much of a good time they've had, so I thought I must go and speak to them. And we ended up chatting for like about half an hour, asking questions and seeing the medal and like talking about what it was like. And you know, it is. I think I intended it to make a difference to their day, because I thought, they look a bit bedraggled and not like they've had a super day. But I think they were actually really happy to have done it. It's a good adventure, right?
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, you were here on probably the day after the London Olympics, and it was kind of, well, what is now going to happen to Lee Valley? So, I mean, we've had, second World Championships, World Cup race. I mean, this must be in some ways a dream come true to see the legacy of this place.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's thriving. You know, I spend quite a bit of time chatting to the people here that I know, you know, the RAF guides and, you know, people who run this place, and it is doing well. And it's heartening and must be very vindicating for the people who set this place up. When they did a lot of thinking, they put a lot of thought into it beforehand, and it's turned out, I think, pretty much as they wanted it, you know. And it is the club here, the Lee Valley Paddle Sports Club, is doing very well, and that's a really hard thing to do. You know, it's not, you know, once you've got a club, it still takes a lot of work, but it's really hard to create a scene and create a community. And that seems to be happening, and it's a top-class paddling centre, and that's lovely.
It's giving Stafford and Stone a run for its money now.
Well, you know, I guess after a while, but it's going to struggle to catch Stafford and Stone up, isn't it? Especially when a lot of the people training here are from Stafford and Stone. It could take a little while longer. But no, I mean, but that is really, you know, an interesting thing, right? Stafford and Stone has got this depth of history, and this place is now starting to layer that on. And you know, it's like you say, two worlds later, several World Cups, people are starting to become a part of the local community, and it's starting to become it's starting to have our own canoeing community here as well.
Okay, so you've been watching heats both yesterday and today. What should we expect as these top boats go into semi-finals?
I mean, look, this is people in the know, people who are listening to this will realise and know that the Worlds before an Olympic year is like probably the pinnacle event of your sport in many respects, for, you know, different measurements, because you've got the full depth of the field, you've got every single person, even the best people cannot take it for granted for even a moment for their level of results. So I always said, you know, we were really, really proud of our result in 2011 to qualify we partly qualified. David and Richard also qualified the quota spot. That was an intense race, you know, and across the quality that we're seeing. And I have to say, I've not been around the canoeing scene that much, and just everyone is really awesome. And the standard of paddling is absolutely incredible. Watching people just ducking and weaving around the course, it just looks super cool. And you're seeing, and the best paddlers are absolutely rinsing it. It's incredible. I am really looking forward to the finals, because by then, you know, it'll be turned up to 11.
Have you tried your hand at kayak cross yet?
Well, I did when I first retired. I did a bit of kayak cross, and I was pretty good because I was still super fit and super strong. But I've never been down a proper big ramp or anything like that. It looks pretty fun, and I'm gonna enjoy watching it. But I think I'll probably be left in the starting blocks, as they say, if I was to do it now. So much joy and happiness and love and respect to the canoeing community and the family. It's been super lovely just to come back here and feel the love, and to just see many people that I care for and have known for many years, and just to feel that connection again. That's something that we should all hold very, very close to our hearts and feel is very valuable, and I'm super happy.
Now, I've been seeking an opportunity to chat with French double world champion and Olympic bronze medalist Myriam Fox-Jerusalmi, now coach for Paddle Australia. Myriam, I wanted to firstly say congratulations on your IOC Lifetime Achievement Award in coaching. I mean, is that important to you?
Of course, as it's a recognition, so I'll take it. Of course, it makes me feel good. It makes my athlete feels good too. But that's about it, you know. Life goes on, and it's a day-to-day coaching role. And I forgot about this achievement, but it was good to go to Lausanne.
Second heats were pretty tough. I mean, you got all 5 boats through to semi-final today in kayak, but the second heats were probably tougher than we had expected.
Okay, one man, yes, because it's always tough to go through second one. You know, you can't miss out, and then it looks like on easy course like today. it's a penalty. It's really put you, down the list. So yes, it was good. Kate making it was a great achievement. And then the boys they're all through, so it's good. And the girls too, because Noemi couldn't race the World Championships because of the quota problem.
At the moment we're standing on this legacy loop at Lee Valley, where there's a setup for kayak cross. So you're here helping the athletes prepare, I guess, for Sunday.
That's correct. Well, unfortunately, they can't train on the course, so that's plan B. It's unfortunate, because if it's going to be an Olympic discipline, they need to make sure they train on the Olympic course.
Finally, I caught up with British Olympian Mark Delaney to see what he's up to. Mark, you have a good history with Great Britain canoe slalom. I mean, you were one of the Olympians in both Barcelona and then Atlanta. What are you doing now?
I'm working with the Austrian canoe slalom team. I've got a contract to Paris 2024, so quite excited to be part of that project. The main thing I'm doing here is coaching, of course. During lockdown, I started getting a bit bored, and one of my friends was throwing away a couple of bike parts. So I told him not to throw it away. I served my time as an apprentice welder, and it gave me something to do. And before I knew it was growing horns, and I was getting orders for all sorts of different sports. But the main thing is that I always try and incorporate a small reused bike piece in each part.
Many of them are around either canoeing or other paddle sports or biking or climbing and so forth.
Yes, in fact I have about 10 to 12 Olympic champions got a bit of my pieces. One is Catherine Granger. She's got a rowing piece. I have curling. Eve Muirhead has a curling piece. So it's been really nice to be asked to make different sports, and especially from Olympic champions.
Okay, and you've been asked to create a few as trophies as well, I believe.
Yes. The ICF asked me last year to do the overall World Cup champions, which I was really proud to get to, especially as a canoeist, to be asked to do this. And this year again, I've made the overall World Cup champion trophies that will be handed out in Paris to the winners. And again, it's really I'm being proud and to have been asked to do that for them.
I think they're fantastic. I have a few.
I'm here for the Worlds, but my wife is running the stand, so go and visit Mandy.
So to day 4 of the competition, with the semi-finals, then finals, if the women's and men's canoe. Heat winners were Andrea Herzog from Germany and Mikel Travet from Spain. C1 women champions in Lee Valley at the 2015 Worlds was Jess Fox, and Mallory Franklin from Great Britain at the 2019 World Cup race. Winner in C1 men at the 2019 World Cup race was London Olympic silver medalist Sidiris Tassiadis from Germany. So talk to you tomorrow when we will know the new 2023 World Champions in women's and men's canoe, plus a preview of the kayak semi-finals. Thanks to my guests today, Ricarda Funk, Jakub Krejci, Alja Kozorog, Etienne Stott, Myriam Fox-Jerusalmi, and Mark Delaney. Thanks to Aidan Johnson for help with sound editing. See you on the bank. Stay safe.
That's it for now, but please subscribe to the podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify or Audible. And please don't forget to share and leave a review too. In the meantime, keep it fast and clean.